Okay, so hey guys, so today I wanted to do a video on the most overhyped products on YouTube that I think are worth the hype. These are not all of the products that you have seen raved about a million times, but these are the products that I feel like I've seen that are either the most overhyped about still or products that are recently overhyped. Now, I was thinking about including like the Naked palettes or the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palettes, but I already know that I love those, so, and I know that those are amazing, that I don't have to like include those because those are overhyped for a reason. They're amazing. I wanted to talk about three like eyeshadow brands specifically, and then I was going to talk about other products. So, but I want to start off the video with probably the two overhyped products that I think are the most overhyped and the most worth it. So, the first one I'm going to start with is the MAC Extended Play Cake Black Lash. I see so many people talking about this mascara, and there's a reason why. This is probably the most talked about products that I have seen on YouTube in a long time. And it's the most phenomenal bottom lash mascara you will ever use in your entire life. Trust me, you will never go back to using the Clinique bottom lash mascara or any of those mascaras that have a dinky little wand. This is the best bottom lash mascara for a reason. I notice if I use my L'Oreal Telescopic on my bottom lashes rather than this, I notice a huge difference when I use this instead. This is what the wand looks like. It's a big, thin comb that really combs out the lashes underneath. And you literally only need maybe three, not even three swipes of this on the lashes, and it's already coated and you're done. It just looks so beautiful underneath on your lashes. I absolutely love this mascara. This is probably the one makeup product I can't live without. And another one I'm going to show you. But I notice if I use this compared to the L'Oreal Telescopic, like the L'Oreal Telescopic, I just throw on and run out the door if I'm going to be like doing a quick work look or something like that, and I don't have time to really like use two mascaras in the morning. I'll just throw on, I just want to see how my eyeshadow looks. Yeah, it looks okay, whatever. I just throw on the L'Oreal Telescopic on the top and bottom if I'm rushing out the door. But if I have the time, I use this like every time I'm going out. And I noticed such a huge difference as compared to that. Like this takes not even like 4 coats and your lashes are amazing for the rest of the day. Like it holds up phenomenally. So that's the first product. And then the second product was probably the most overhyped product of 2015. I'm obviously talking about the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, the Weightless Complete Cover Serum Concealer, and the color Light Warm. This is still the best concealer I've ever used in my entire life. It is just so full coverage, but it's thin and it doesn't feel like anything under your eyes. It just blends beautifully with every single foundation that you wear, and I don't really have anything else to say about it other than that it's perfect. Like, I noticed when I was going without this for the last like couple of weeks because I wasn't able to pick up my shade again because I didn't have my shade at Ulta. So I finally went back and got it because I finally had my shade in. And I realized how much I still love this concealer so much. It doesn't crease as much as other concealers. It just blends out beautifully and I love it. I know that people compare this a lot to MAC's Pro Longwear, but I think that this is better because I still feel like MAC's Pro Longwear is heavier than this. I feel like this feels weightless. It's a lot easier to apply because it has the applicator, and it just always looks beautiful. So I love this, and if you haven't tried it, you really should. There's really not that many people that don't like it. It's amazing. So now we're going to get into the most overhyped brands that I feel like on YouTube. So the 3 brands I'm going to be talking about, the first one is ColourPop, so I'm going to be talking about ColourPop. The second brand is, like, these are all online brands as well, because everybody says that these online brands are better than, like, any brands in the store. Obviously, the other brand I'm going to be talking about is Makeup Geek. I mean, like, aren't you tired about me talking about Makeup Geek? But I had to include it in this video. And then the last brand I'm going to be talking about is Morphe. I mean, obviously it's a no-brainer to include Morphe in this video. So I'm actually going to start out with Morphe first. This was probably the most overhyped palette of 2015. Obviously, I'm talking about the Morphe 35O palette. This is what it looks like. Honestly, I really like this palette a lot. I know that one of my favorite YouTubers is going to be making a video about this shortly, that she says that they private label certain things. But I have to say the quality of these for the price I think are really, really nice. I've used this palette a lot in order for me to tell my true thoughts on it, and I really like it. I think the mattes are beautiful. They beautifully blend nicely. They blend just as well as my Makeup Geek shadows do. That's what I would compare them to, as Makeup Geek quality, but maybe not as great. I mean, maybe not as good as Makeup Geek, but I really like them. I think that they blend really nicely. These two colors right here are like my favorite transition shades, but I just want to talk about the overall palette and the matte versus the shimmer. I think that the mattes are just as good as the shimmery shades. I think there's only like one dud in here for the shimmery shades. I'm not sure which one it is. But overall, I think the shimmery shades are great. I think they're really pigmented. I think this color is beautiful. And these colors down here, I think that this is a really great palette for the price. I think that you're getting good quality shadows for the price. So I definitely really like this. And I know it's like the most sold out palette on the internet and the most sought after palette on the internet, honestly. But I really do think it is worth the hype. I think they did an amazing job on this palette. I think it's a great palette for the fall and winter. And I knew I had to pick up this palette for the fall and winter. And I can't believe I got my hands on it. So definitely those. And then the other products I have to talk about from Morphe are their brushes. Now, their brushes are probably more overhyped about than like anything else on YouTube. And these are the three brushes that I have. I mean, I have a fourth one, but honestly, I hate that brush so much that I only wanted to talk about these three. So you can see I've shown so much love to the Morphe M433. And then this one is the M439. This is their foundation brush. This is their like crease blending brush. And then this is their M501 brush, which is their highlighting brush. This is probably the most overhyped brush on YouTube, honestly. So this brush I use literally every single day to blend my eyeshadow. I actually kind of want to blend this a little bit better. I actually think it made it look better. Yeah, I like that. Sorry. But I just feel like this outer corner is blended a little bit weird, but from a distance, I think it looks good. So, but I use this every single day to blend my crease color and my outer corner color, and I really do like it a lot. I actually got the MAC 217 brush, and then I got this. This brush is only $4, and the MAC 217 brush is $22. I tried the MAC 217 brush. I returned it because I thought it was so scratchy, and I thought it was so rough feeling that I just couldn't use it. So I returned it, and I got this instead. The only complaint I have about this is that it does shed, but it's so much easier to work with. It's a lot softer than the MAC 217, and people say this is a straight up dupe for that brush, and I would rather pay $4 than $22. So I got this, and I really do enjoy it. Then the next brush is the M439. I got this brush because of Jaclyn Hill. She said that this is her favorite foundation brush ever. I like it, but I don't think it's my favorite brush ever. I mean, I use something else over foundation brushes every single day anyway, but I really wanted to try this, and this was only $15 or maybe like $14 or something. Obviously, their foundation brushes are going to be a little bit more expensive. I tried it. I think it's a little bit too rough for my face. I really do prefer the IT Cosmetics brush instead. I like it. I like how dense it is. I like how much product it puts on. I just don't think it's as soft as my other brushes that I have. And again, it does shed. So Morphe brushes are very prone to shedding. But I like it, but it's not my favorite foundation brush. And then the last one is the M501. I absolutely love this brush for highlight. I use it every single day to put on my highlight. I just feel like it's the perfect brush to just really like brush it on, and it's super soft. This one's probably like the softest one out of the three, and I feel like this one is overhyped for a reason. I really do think this is a great brush. Again, the only thing is that it does shed, but I do like that brush a lot. So that's it for Morphe. Speaking of Morphe brushes, I just wanted to say what I prefer putting my foundation on. This is probably my most holiest of holy grail products I've ever used in my entire life. Obviously, I'm talking about the Beauty Blender. I know it's super dirty because I just used it to do my makeup, but this is my favorite product ever. It's just phenomenal. Like, I can't picture myself doing my makeup without this. Anytime I use a brush, I have to go back to using this, and I love it. I just love it so much. It just bounces the product on, shears it out. You can shear out any foundation with it. I just feel like it blends everything so beautifully together. I just noticed that using this compared to a makeup brush doesn't cling to my dry patches. It just always looks beautiful and airbrushed when I use a beauty blender. So I absolutely love the beauty blender. I don't have to read about it anymore. So now I'm going to talk about ColourPop. I know people say that it's very overhyped, but I'm just going to mention a few products that are, I think, completely worth the hype. Probably the last products I'm going to talk about, probably not that many people love, but I absolutely love them. So I'm going to be talking about these oh my god, the Super Shock eyeshadows first. I just pulled out my Kathleen Lights quads, but honestly, I absolutely love these. These are, I'm not going to swatch any of them, I'm just going to show them to you. These are the most pigmented eyeshadows I've ever used in my entire life, and they are so worth the hype, and they're only $5. Like, come on. And I would say I prefer these over my Makeup Geek foiled shadows more because they stay on the lid amazingly. The pigment stays all day. And they're phenomenal on the lid. Like, they're amazing. I just love these so much. I have more than these. I have the single shadows as well. These were just easier for me to pull out and show you. Kathleen Lights is my all-time favorite lid color. And as you can see, I've hit pan on it. I absolutely love this quad so much. This is probably my favorite thing from ColourPop. And then the Wear the Night is quad is the newest thing that I have. But I already love this. I've worn this shade like 3 times, called Weenie. They're just beautiful. Like, they're so pigmented. They go on the lid amazingly, and they just stay that intensity all day. So the ColourPop shadows are worth the hype 100%. And then the other things that are worth the hype, obviously, are their lippy sticks. These are my favorite lipstick formula ever, and they're only $5. Again, I mean, MAC lipsticks are my favorite formula ever, besides, like, other lipsticks that I'm going to tell you about. But these are amazing. The 3 colors I have here are Oh Snap, Aquarius, and Cookie. These are my all-time favorite nude shades. Cookie is my all-time favorite. It's like a matte color. And then Oh Snap is another matte color. It's like a little bit darker than Cookie. And then Aquarius is Kathleen Light's new collaboration shade. And this one is a cream sheen. This is phenomenal. I've worn this like 6 or 7 times already. This is probably the lipstick I've worn the most this past month already. I love it so much. So the ColourPop lippy sticks are phenomenal. And then the last things that I think are worth the hype are the ColourPop Ultra Matte lipsticks. I have 5 shades that I just picked out randomly. But these are probably my favorite shades from ColourPop because these are all like the fall shades and I just can't get enough of them. So I have Beeper, what color is this? Instigator, Bumble, Tool, and Creeper. Amazing. Like, I know people say that they don't think that these are worth it because, I mean, they're only $6. Like, if you're going to try them, you're not making, like, a huge investment. Just try out, like, 2 of them, and if you don't like them, then it's not a waste of that much money, you know? So, that's the good thing about ColourPop is that you can give them a try, and you're not spending, like, an arm and a leg to try a new product. But these are amazing. I find I can wear them all day. I just want to say, I mean, you guys know how much I love the older ones. I know a lot of people don't, but I think that these are, like, so worth it. Like, Beeper is probably the newer formula, and then after that, they changed the formula even more. And this one is called Instigator, and I feel like I wish that they put this formula in every single shade of these, like all of these ones, because this is amazing. Like, amazing. My favorite formula for from ColourPop. I think that they need to do that with all of them, but I really love these. I know a lot of people don't, but I love them so much. Now, since we're on the subject of lipsticks, I'm just going to share, well, let me just talk about the last brand, obviously, is Makeup Geek. You guys already know how much I love these already. I mean, if you can see, I've hit pan on my favorite transition shade, but I'm telling you, their matte shadows are my favorite. Their matte shadows are so worth the hype. I think that Makeup Geek's Creme Brulee is probably the most hyped about eyeshadow on YouTube, and Peach Smoothie, these two. But honestly, I prefer Beaches and Cream as my transition shade as opposed to Peach Smoothie. I was gonna say Peaches and Cream. But these two are amazing. I mean, Bitten, Cocoa Bear. Creme Brulee and Beaches and Cream are my top favorites. But they're amazing, and I love Rapunzel as well, this beautiful shimmery shade. The shimmery shades are great too, but the matte shades are what I think that they should be known for. But so many people go crazy over their filled shadows, but their matte shadows are amazing. I don't really want to go too much more into these. The reason why I picked them up is because Jaclyn Hill said that they're her favorite shadows of all time. And they really do not disappoint with their matte shades. Their matte shades are amazing. And then just the foiled shadows. I mean, I love these a lot because the pigmentation is amazing. These are the foiled shadows, and then these are the dual chromes on the bottom. My favorites are Whimsical, Starry-Eyed, In the Spotlight, and Magic Act. Like these four up here. Showtime's beautiful as well. So it's like Fortune Teller and Untamed are beautiful on the lid, and Flamethrower. Oh my god, I love Flamethrower. Then some of the darker shade, the most colorful shade that I love is Pegasus. This shade is phenomenal. And then the dual chromes, Typhoon, Havoc, and Ritzy are like amazing, and Blacklight is amazing, and Karma, and I'm Peachless, and Mai Tai. Those are definitely my favorites. For these, I love them, but they do transfer, and that's the only thing that I don't like about them. But other than that, they're amazing. I'm not going to go too much into them, but I have to say that these are worth the hype as well. But if you don't like your eyeshadows transferring as much, I mean, I'm wearing one of the Kat Von D ones right now, and I really do like it, but I find with some of these shades, by the end of the day, the pigmentation has faded off my lid, and I don't like that. But other than that, I think they are so worth the hype. And then the last eyeshadow palette that I'm going to talk about is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. I think this is probably the most overhyped eyeshadow palette of last year. And I have to say that this palette is so worth the hype because the eyeshadows are beautifully pigmented. They blend beautifully, and I just love these. I think that they're amazing. I love this matte white shadow. I think I mentioned before how much I love that shadow. I just think that this palette is so smartly laid out. You have your warm tones, your cool tones, and then you have your neutral tones. You literally can do any neutral look with this, or you can smoke it out, or you can add a little bit more warmth to your look, and it just like always looks beautiful. So I know some people don't like how pigmented these are, but I think that they blend so beautifully that they're worth the like pigmentation and everything like that. So the only thing is that they are powdery. Like they do kick up a lot of products, but I don't really care about that because when am I ever going to go through a whole eyeshadow palette? I have so many eyeshadow palettes that I don't really care how much product is kicking up when I'm using it, and I want to use as much product as I can. But I really do love this palette. I think it's a great palette. Kat Von D just slayed my life this year, and I have obviously another product I'm going to be talking about from her. Actually, I have more products to talk about from her because I just love her brand so freaking much. So let's just talk about primers really quickly. I actually forgot to grab one. Crap. I forgot to grab a face primer. Let me go grab it. I'll be right back. Okay, so sorry about that. So I wanted to talk about one primer that I think was so overhyped on YouTube, but I really do love this primer. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Obviously, you can see how much I love this anyway. I think that this is so beautiful. I really like it for dry skin. I mean, I even see Andrea Mattiliano using this all the time, and she has oily skin, and she loves it too. I just think it's like such a beautiful mist of hydration on your face before you go in with the foundation, and I think that's the only reason why people love it so much. I don't think it prolongs your makeup as long as the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I love that. I'm wearing it today, and it's my favorite. I think it's my favorite primer I've ever used. But I think that this is really worth the hype. As a primer or as a finishing spray, it's really nice to give just a boost of hydration on your face. I love it so much. And then the other primers I wanted to mention are the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizers. I really like these a lot. Sorry, my dog's going crazy. What does he have? Sorry about that. So this one is the smoothing primer, and then this one is the nourishing primer. I absolutely love the nourishing primer. This is probably my favorite moisturizing primer I've ever used. I use this every day for my nose. I really think it helps the dryness on my nose, so I love that. And then I also love the Step 1 moisturizer and the smoothing primer. Sorry, I'm just like trying to rush through this because I have to leave in like 15 minutes. But I think that this is great as well. And then let's see what else I have here. But yeah, I think that this is great for like smoothing out the canvas for you to really have a nice application of your foundation. So speaking of foundation, I mean, you guys are already going to know what I'm going to mention because I absolutely love this foundation so much. I'm talking about the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I think this is probably the most universally loved foundation on YouTube, I would say. I don't know what else I would mention other than the other products I'm going to mention as a most overhyped foundation, but I feel like this is very loved on YouTube because it's just gorgeous. I don't really have to mention how much I really do love this, but I think that this foundation is just phenomenal. It just goes on so silky smooth. It always looks beautiful. It always gives you a glowy finish, and it just gives like a beautiful silk finish, and it's just like, it feels like nothing on the face. It blends out beautifully, and I just think it always gives a beautiful finish. Like, I just think that this is the best product I've ever used before. So this and the Beauty Blender are just my favorite makeup products ever. I am wearing a different foundation today. I'm trying out the Clinique Beyond Perfection foundation and concealer. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but I do feel it on my face. But I'll let you know how I feel about it after I've tried it for like a week, but I really wanted to try it because I know that Candy Johnson loves it, so we'll see how I like it, but love that. And then of course the other product I have to mention is like the most overhyped product last year is the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops. These are phenomenal. Like, I can't do my foundation without these. They adjust the color so beautifully. They give you the extra coverage that you need. I really don't have to talk about it too much more because I know how many people love this, and I've mentioned this in like my favorites like a million times. Like, I really can't do my foundation without it. It just like adjusts the color to your skin and really like adds that extra boost of coverage to any like light coverage foundation that you have. So I'm just going to talk about a couple of powders. And these are probably the most overhyped powders on YouTube. I'm talking about the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder and the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I have to mention the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder first because this is my favorite under eye setting powder I've ever used, ever. I was trying to use the MAC Emphasize powder as much as I could, and I just could not use it because I went back to using this because I feel like it gives such brightness, such full coverage, beautiful brightening effects to your under eye that I just love this so much. So I use that every single day and I can't get enough of it. I just feel like so many people love it. It's phenomenal. The only thing is that if you use too much, there's going to be glitter particles under your eye. So make sure you use like one tap and that's all you need, and then you just tap it under your eye and it makes your eyes look beautiful. And then this is probably the most overhyped powder on YouTube last year, which is the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. I just think that this is beautiful on the face. I love it so much, and I don't use it for baking, but I like using it for setting my makeup, and I love it. Okay, so sorry that I am recording now instead, but I had to go to the appointment that I needed to go to, so we're just going to finish up talking about what I was saying before. So let's continue with blushes, I think. Hopefully actually it looks cute. I like it. It's just like a very gold nose highlight. If it looks retarded, I'm sorry, but I had to like fix my whole face. I'm testing out a new foundation. I'm not sure how I like it. I don't know if I like it at all. I might be extremely disappointed in it. I'm not sure yet. I have to try it again. I might have just put too much on, but I literally had to redo like my whole face of foundation like with concealer, and I still hate it. Like, it feels so drying, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. But anyway, let's continue about products that are worth it. So I think I left off with Kat Von D products. Now, I wanted to talk about her eyeliners. I know I had another one in here. There we go. So I would probably say that these are probably the most raved about eyeliners on YouTube. I feel like a lot of people use her eyeliners, but honestly, I absolutely love her eyeliners so much. Again, most Kat Von D products lately are so worth the hype. Like, her products are absolutely amazing. So I wanted to obviously mention the Kat Von D tattoo liners. I have Mad Max Brown and Trooper. I have not touched another felt tip liner in months. I only use these every single day. I'm wearing Trooper today, and it's just like, it's not the fact that they're the most pigmented eyeliners, because it does take a little while to get the pigment out, but they are so easy to work with and so easy to apply. I feel like an idiot can obviously put this on, but these are amazing. Mad Max Brown, I wear this all the time for work, and I feel like not as many YouTubers talk about the brown one, but I honestly prefer a brown eyeliner for everyday looks rather than black. I think it's a lot less harsh, and I really like wearing it for work. So obviously I love that one, but Kat Von D's Trooper is probably like the most raved about eyeliner on YouTube, and it's amazing. I also love the Stila Stay All Day, don't get me wrong. I actually want to go repurchase those at some point, because when I ended up repurchasing them, I was using my first tube of these, and then I replaced both of these like 2 months ago with new ones, because my Mad Max Brown was getting completely dried out, and I just needed to get a new one for this because it was expired. But I love them. Kat Von D is one of my favorite brands now. I think that she's absolutely killing it in the beauty industry right now. I love her stuff. And then let's talk about another mascara. I know I mentioned the MAC is on really like a black lash earlier. Actually, we're going to talk about two mascaras, but I think that these two mascaras from the drugstore are better than the high-end mascaras I've tried. I know that I tried a lot of high-end mascaras these past few months or a year or whatever. And I did love the Benefit Roller Lash. That was probably the most hyped about mascara last year, because that mascara is amazing. I actually wanted to repurchase it, but then I just wanted to go try a couple of inexpensive mascaras. I mean, I did buy the Christian Dior mascara, and I love it, the Dior show. But this mascara, the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara, is the best mascara I've ever used in my life. I think that this is my new favorite Holy Grail mascara, because it gives such intense volume and length to your lashes. It just literally looks like you're wearing falsies, and I absolutely love this. I would recommend this 100%. I saw Amy Macedo and Young, Wild, and Polished raving about it. This is Amy Macedo's favorite favorite mascara of all time, and she was right. This is amazing, so I love that. And then the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara. I still haven't tried the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara. I really want to try it because I know it's Nicole Guerriero's Holy Grail Mascara, and this one is Carly Bible's Holy Grail Mascara. And also Amy Macedo and Young, Wild, and Polished love this mascara as well. It's amazing. This is probably my one of my Holy Grails as well, because it is so easy to use. It's so lengthening and separating rather than adding volume. It's more like a separating and lengthening mascara. It's amazing. I love throwing this on when I'm not even wearing eyeliner, or if I'm just going with a natural eye with just concealer and powder. I'll throw this on, and it'll look like my whole look is pulled together. I mean, I know it's granted just concealer and mascara and blush highlight and lipstick, but this really adds and pulls your whole look together when you're doing a no makeup look, and I love it. So love that as well. And then probably the most hyped about, I think we're going to jump into highlighters, because I can't contain myself when it comes to highlighters, because I absolutely love highlighters. But Becca Sherman Skin Perfectors Pressed are the most beautiful highlighters you will ever use in your entire life. They are just friggin' phenomenal. Like, look at that glow. Do you see that glow? I am wearing one of the new Anastasia ones from one of her glow kits, and then I layered one of these on top. I am telling you, if you have any highlight and you want to kick it up a notch, Champagne Pop is my Holy Grail. My Holy Grail highlighter. I find myself using this all the freaking time, and I have put a pretty big dent in the center. I am trying to hit pan on the center of this, but I feel like it's going to take me a century, but I literally use this every single week, and I never get tired of these. These are the most beautiful highlighters you will ever use, and they are so worth every single penny and so worth the hype. They're amazing. If you have not tried them, you need to go try them because they're absolutely gorgeous. I know they're like an arm and a leg to buy, but they're a little bit less expensive than the Bobbi Brown, but honestly, I would feel like this is more worth it than the Bobbi Brown. I still love the Bobbi Brown, but these are the best highlighters ever. So Champagne Pop and Opal are my two absolute favorite highlighters I've ever used. This one is kind of has a little bit of flakes on it, but just showing you my progress on each of them. I am trying to hit pan on both of them this year because I literally use these almost 2 or 3 times a week, if not more. I am obsessed with Becca String Skin Perfectors, the best on the market, honestly. And then I'm just going to talk about one eyeshadow primer. I saw this raved about from Patrick Starr, Young, Wild, and Polished, and Manny MUA, and then I think also, who was it? Kathleen Lights, I think, might have tried this out. I know that she loves the MAC 24-hour eyeshadow base, and I like that one, and I've actually been using that a little bit more the past couple of days. But I always find myself reaching for this and grabbing this. This is honestly the best eyeshadow primer I've ever used in my life. This is the Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. So worth the hype. I'm not sure how many people have hyped about this. Maybe it's not the most overhyped product, but seriously, if you need to try a good primer, this is going to be your favorite primer for your eyes. Even if I have dry skin and I love it, but if you have oily lids, you're going to absolutely love this. It's amazing. And then we're going to talk about blushes. I would say probably the most raved about blushes on YouTube are Becca, MAC, and NARS. And they're honestly my top 3 favorite formulas. Like, I literally wear MAC, Becca, or NARS blushes literally on a weekly basis, if not more. I am obsessed with MAC blushes and Becca and NARS because they're so worth it. So we're going to talk about Becca blushes first. These are my 2 Holy Grail blushes. I feel like I'm doing a favorites video, but I'm really not. But I really feel like these 2 blushes are constantly raved about on YouTube for a reason. You guys know that Wild Honey is my Holy Grail blush. It's literally the most beautiful. I said beautiful. Most beautiful blush. The most beautiful blush I've ever seen before. It just looks amazing with every single look that you do. Especially a warm look like this. I'm wearing a couple of MAC blushes today. I mixed 2 together. But this literally I wear like 6 or 7 times a month, and I just love it. There was actually a point where I wasn't wearing it for a little while because I was testing out other blushes, but I just recently went back to wearing it again, and I can't believe I stopped wearing it for a little while because it's still one of my favorites. So I absolutely love this, and I feel like I got hooked on it because of Jaclyn Hill and Manny MUA. I always saw them use that all the time. And then, of course, this one I feel like so many other people use besides Wild Honey, and this one is Songbird. Again, gorgeous. It's a little bit deeper than Wild Honey, and it's a little bit more intense. Actually, it's like way more intense, but it's gorgeous. Like freaking gorgeous. I love this blush so much. I really want to wear it this weekend. It's just such a beautiful, intense, highlighted, orangey blush. I absolutely love it. I use it like all the time. And then we'll talk about, I'm still talking about blushes. What am I talking about? So probably the most hyped about MAC blush in like the history of the universe is MAC's Warm Soul. And this is literally one of my favorite blushes I've ever used. I might even like it more than NARS's Madly and Wild Honey just because when you use it, it gives, I mean, I love it, but Wild Honey's still my Holy Grail. But this gives, like, the mineralized blushes give, like, this glow to your skin. And it just looks like a glow from within on your cheeks. It's just so gorgeous. The MAC Mineralized Skin Finish formulas are phenomenal. I love the Mineralized Skin Finish Soft and Gentle highlighter. I love the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural powder that I have, and I love the blush. I mean, their Mineralized Skin Finish is gorgeous. Like, they're silky smooth. I really feel like swatching this when I don't have any tissues on me, but it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. And then I do have a MAC palette that I just recently got, but honestly, this is all you need in your life if you really want to try a few MAC blushes. You get 4 blushes in here, and these are the like most overhyped blushes on YouTube, basically. Peaches and Fleur Power. Peaches is probably like the most raved about MAC blush besides Warm Soul. It's gorgeous. I'm wearing it today mixed with Trace Gold, which is down here. I don't know how much people talk about this one. They're so gorgeous together. Like, I absolutely love these blushes. And Peach is actually not as intense as you think it would be. You actually have to build it up, and it's so beautiful once you've built it up. So yeah, I love those. But this palette is phenomenal. And then, of course, my NARS blush in Madly, I have to mention because I feel like every single person who has a NARS blush talks about this blush. And this is probably tied with Wild Honey as being my favorite blush ever, because every time I wear it, I just know it's going to look amazing, and I love it so much with any neutral look, with any look basically. This goes with every single look I do, and I just can't get enough of it. I've used the crap out of this. I just used it yesterday, and I just love this blush. I got it because of Kathleen Lights and Young, Mild, and Polished. I mean, Kathleen Lights raved about it constantly, and she said that this was her favorite blush of all time. And she was right, because this is one of my favorite blushes of all time. And then we're just going to talk about a few lip products and a powder. So for lips, I feel like the most raved about high-end lipsticks on YouTube, for a reason, are the NARS Audacious lipsticks. I probably saw these talked about so much last year, and honestly, they're phenomenal. These are my favorite high-end formula besides MAC, but there's a reason why these are so raved about. They're so expensive, that's why I only have 2 of them. But I think that these are actually more worth it than the YSL because they don't slip and slide around. They're just beautifully creamy, and I really want to wear this again at some point because I feel like I'm never able to wear my lipsticks enough. But I absolutely love this, and hopefully I'll be able to wear it soon. But I got this one, Raquel, because of Kathleen Lights. She said this was her like favorite lipstick ever. And she was right. I absolutely love this. It's one of my holy grail lipsticks. It's just friggin' gorgeous. And then the other one I have is Brigitte. I love this one as well. It's so gorgeous. I think I might have used Raquel a little bit more. Let's just check. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like I've used Raquel just a little bit more. I do want to try and use these up because there's really not too much product in here. The same thing with MAC ones. I feel like there's actually even less product on the NARS ones. But oh my god, they're so gorgeous. Like, really, really worth the hype. They're amazing. So the magnets from the caps are sticking together. So love those. And then also, I mean, I don't think I can make an overhyped video without mentioning this lipstick because I just feel like her... I thought I had another lipstick from her in here. I thought I had... No, I don't. Whatever. This is probably the most hyped about one anyway. I'm talking about, obviously, Kat Von D's Everlasting Liquid Lipsticks. I would mention the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipsticks, but I don't like those at all, so I don't think that they're worth the hype. But I think that Kat Von D's Everlasting Liquid Lipsticks are absolutely worth the hype. I'm actually wearing Lolita on my lips right now. I wanted to make sure I was shooting this video while I was wearing Lolita because this is probably the most sought-after color in the beauty industry besides Anastasia's Pure Hollywood when it comes to high-end lipsticks. Like, probably online brands, I would say it was Lime Crime's Cashmere, like, in 2014, and then Dose of Color Stone, I think, in 2015. But those were, like, the 2 most sought-after lipsticks on the internet. But this is just amazing. I feel like I've had this on since, like, 3 p.m., I would say, maybe 1:30, and it feels a little drying, but it honestly feels like this the entire day, and I only applied maybe, like, 2 layers of it, like, maybe once, like, a couple of hours ago, and then now, and I just absolutely love it. I was going to say Bow and Arrow as well, but I left it in the bathroom. But that color is always sold out anyway, and everybody's like trying to get their hands on that color. But it's absolutely gorgeous. I just absolutely love her liquid lipsticks, especially those 2 colors. I think that they're her best formula. But this is so worth the hype. Honestly, if you got your hands on one lipstick, go with Kat Von D's Lolita. It's one of my holy grails as well. I love it. And then we're just going to talk about this. So I know people think that Hourglass is like a gimmicky type of product. And they don't know how to really use their powders. But I am telling you, this is the Hourglass powder in Luminous Light. As you can see, I've shown a lot of love to this product. I use this literally every single day of my life. Like, this is what it looks like. See how many air pockets are in there? These are phenomenal. I think that these are phenomenal products. They add a glow to your skin for any look that you're doing. It just pulls everything together and makes everything flow. You know what I mean? Like, if you feel like you need a little bit of a tad of like extra blending, or like you don't think something's blending or meshing together, or you just feel like you need a little bit of extra glow to your skin, I just brush this all over my face, like blend out my highlight, give myself a little bit of glow here, give myself a little bit of glow there, and it gives this beautiful candlelit glow from within. That's what it's supposed to do. And then I also swipe it under my eyes so my eyes can get a little bit of a glow too. It's gorgeous, and I think that they're worth every single penny. I mean, I've been wanting to pick up another one of these for a while, like maybe like ethereal light or like diffused light or something, so I think those are the two most other popular ones. But Luminous Light is such a multitasking product, and that's why I think this one is worth every single penny, because you can use this as a finishing powder, you can use this as an under eye setting powder, or you can use this as a highlight, and it's so gorgeous as a highlight as well. So I really love products like this that are multifunctional and really do what they say that they do. So I know that some people say that they don't like these, but they're amazing, and that's how you're supposed to use them. I watched like so many videos on how I'm supposed to use it. And then this spray, which I honestly feel like I'm running low on again, which kind of sucks because I used the crap out of this. The Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I am telling you, this is the only setting spray you will ever need in your entire life. This is raved about for a reason. It's absolutely amazing. Keeps on your makeup the entire freaking day, even though today I feel like it was the foundation that didn't stay on, not this, because this keeps my makeup intact for hours and hours and hours. Not that I'm wearing it for more than like, I mean, I've been wearing this since like 2 o'clock or something, so it's been like 9 hours, so I'm ready to rip it off because the foundation is just irritating my face. But I would have to say that this is one of the best setting sprays I've ever used. It's my favorite. I love the Chill Makeup Setting Spray, but this you can use year-round, just because I think the Chill Makeup Setting Spray is too like cold and chilling for the winter months, but I absolutely love this for the fall and winter. It just keeps your makeup on like glue, and it's just amazing. And then the last product, I only have one product for brows. I still haven't tried her Brow Wiz yet. I know that's like the most hyped about brow product on YouTube, but the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, she kills it with brows, honestly. I think I might actually have to get a new tube, but honestly, this keeps your brows intact through a freaking hurricane. It will just adhere to your brows and make them stick like glue, and they won't go anywhere. So this product is amazing. I don't really have to talk about it. You guys know how amazing that product is. And that's pretty much it. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at CBW819, and my Twitter is PokerFace819. Sorry that this video was kind of a mess. And that's it. Bye. And my Snapchat is PokerFace819. Bye.